What software do you need? You'll need some kind of software for creating your finished video product, and the good news is that it's free. If you've got a PC, you probably already have a copy of Movie Maker, and if you don't, you can download it off of the internet. If you have a Mac, then you'll be using iMovie. Of course, you can also purchase professional software such as Adobe. But in the beginning, there's really no need, since the software you already have on your laptop is probably more than you'll need. How about editing tips? First, keep it simple. Sure, there are all kinds of fancy tricks you can use in your videos, but to look truly professional, you want to keep it simple. The easiest way of all to edit your video is to hire someone to do it for you. You might use a Fiverr person for this, or someone at freelancer.com or one of those freelancer websites. Tell them you want a title slide at the beginning, a smooth transition into the video of you speaking, and most of all, edit out any and all gaps. You know what I mean, the time you dropped your notes, you lost your train of thought, or when the UPS man knocked on your door. If you're doing your own editing, then you already know what to do. Remove pauses, gaps and mistakes. Edit out that rough start or end where you were fumbling with the camera. Did you do the video in segments? Rather than cutting straight from one segment to another, do a crossfade for a smoother transition. Add front and back title slides to your video. The title slide has the title of the video with your name on it. You might also include what's in the video on that slide or a second slide. The back slide is either the same as the title slide, or it has the addition of your website URL. This little step goes a long way towards making your video look truly professional. Note, if at any time any of this sounds out of your league, you can either read the software instructions, Google it, or simply get someone else to do it. The main thing here is that you not get hung up on the technical stuff. This is minor at best, and definitely not something that should prevent you from making your own video product. Too many people are afraid to try something new because they don't know how to do the technical aspect of it. So what? Get someone else to handle that stuff for you and just do it. Smiley face. One more thing, if you're hoping to get your video just perfect, or even close to perfect, I've got news, it will never happen. Ever. You're going to stumble on your words. You're going to get a silly look on your face as you try to remember what you were about to say. You're going to look slightly nervous, or giddy, or whatever. There is no such thing as perfection, so don't even try to attain it, you'll go nuts if you do. I know a guy who recorded the same 20-minute video 11 times trying to get it just perfect. Know what his best take was? The second one. The next 9 were a complete waste of time and a source of tremendous frustration. And just so you know, the second video was only barely better than the first. Had he simply recorded the video once and stopped like a sane person, the video and his viewers would have all been just fine. As it was, he didn't record another video product for months because he dreaded going through the same ordeal again. And by the way, people like people who are human. If you did achieve perfection, you and your video would feel too sterile, like you were some kind of machine. Think about it, what happens when you hear someone stumble on a word in an instructional video? Personally, I think they're more likable and I begin rooting for them. One thing you should avoid, however, is those little filler noises that add nothing to content and serve only to distract. You know the noises I mean, and so forth. If you're thinking it's better to make one of those sounds than to offer a second or two of silence, I beg to differ. And I mean beg. I beg you to not make those sounds. I once sat through a 20-minute speech in which I heard 281 ums, and ahs. Yes, I counted them. It was the longest 20 minutes of my entire life. The culprit? A local elected official who was, thankfully, kicked out of office by a landslide majority vote prior to the expiration of her first term. Was she thrown out of office because of her ums, and ahs? I know it didn't help her, that's for certain.